So you finally save up enough money to buy a brand new computer. You look at cool looking cases, think about how much RAM you want, and eventually what kind of graphics card you want. You want to play the latest games at 4K 60 FPS. You want to maybe dabble in the world of video editing and streaming, or try out these fancy new RTX graphics. So you finally decide that an Nvidia 3000 series graphics card would be a perfect addition to your setup, only to discover every single graphics card on every major retailer is completely sold out. This scenario is unfortunately a reality for anyone who's trying to purchase a graphics card, but it's not just PC enthusiasts suffering from this problem. The Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch are always sold out across major retailers. This is the result of scalping. If you aren't familiar with the term scalping, it essentially refers to a person who buys large quantities of in-demand items, such as new electronics, tickets, or shoes at regular price with the intention that the item sells out. The scalper then resells the items at a much higher price. How high, you might be asking? In some cases, 250% higher. And these people get away with it because you keep buying it. This is why if you go to third-party sellers like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, or Amazon FBA, you notice that these in-demand products are selling 2 to 3 times the MSRP value. A Nvidia RTX 3060 graphics card is normally $399 at retail value. On eBay, however, a 3060 is selling for $1,000 on average. That is roughly a 250% increase in price. Now, scalping has been around for a very long time. This is because the act of scalping can be applied to any product that follows the market supply-demand theory. The law of supply and demand is a microeconomics theory that explains the interaction between the sellers of a resource and the buyers for that resource. In the case of scalping, if supply decreases, meaning that scalpers successfully buy all the products, making it go out of stock, and the demand remains the same, meaning that you still want a brand new PS5 or graphics card, there will be a shortage, and thus the price will increase, as you clearly see on these third-party websites. Normally, a shortage will only occur if the demand for a product was truly outpacing the supply. But in the case of scalpers, they artificially create the shortage themselves by utilizing tools such as checkout bots, dedicated servers, and proxies. So today, we're going to take a look inside the multi-billion-dollar industry of scalping products and learn exactly how these scalpers are able to purchase entire stock in the matter of seconds, scale their operations, and the backlash surrounding the practice. Also, before you rush to dislike this video, I want to preface this by saying I am not a scalper and I do not endorse scalping. This video is purely for entertainment and learning the tricks these scalpers use to secure so many products. So let's say hypothetically, you want to become the next big scalper and get your slice of the billion-dollar pie. To understand this dog-eat-dog world of scalping, we need to put ourselves in the shoes of a scalper. First things first, you're going to want to specialize in an industry. Although many headlines focus on the lack of PS5s, and there's a ton of memes talking about how difficult it is to find certain graphics cards, scalpers can be found in a lot of different niches, but communities that are hit the hardest are secondary ticket sales, fashion/shoes, and technology. Ticket scalping alone is a $15 billion industry, but it's actually not even legal. On December 14th, 2016, President Obama signed the Bots Act into federal law. The Bots Act outlawed the resale of tickets purchased using bot technology and set a fine of $16,000 for violations of the act. However, this law simply isn't being enforced. Just like a cop isn't going to make a big deal over you jaywalking, the FTC isn't too concerned about some overpriced ticket sales. Also, there are hardly any laws prohibiting the scalping and selling of goods like shoes and technology. So as long as you aren't scalping essential goods and items, the government will turn a blind eye to your practices. So with that out the way, it's best to really ingrain yourself in one niche and truly learn what products are profitable. In the case of technology, consumer demand has shown scalpers that next-gen consoles, Nintendo Switches, graphics cards, and CPUs are the most profitable and in-demand items. It's also important to know that graphics cards are heavily scalped due to demand for processing power to hash or mine cryptocurrency, but that's for a separate video. Now that you know what to sell, we need to acquire some inventory, and this requires some upfront capital. These products aren't cheap. A PlayStation 5 is $500, a Series X is $500, a Nintendo Switch is $300 and a 3080 graphics card is $700. So assuming you want 3 of each product to get your first sales going, you're going to need to have at least $6,000 just to be able to afford the products. Next is actually acquiring said products. It will be next to impossible to purchase these items manually, as other scalpers will be purchasing the stock in the matter of seconds. So how do they do it? Bots. Scalper bots are the lifeline of your business. These bots are highly sophisticated and able to run on dedicated servers, scanning retail websites for new inventory by the hour. These bots will crawl product pages until it finds a hit. Once this happens, your card details and information are automatically filled in, and the bot checks out in the matter of seconds. Scalpers don't have to do a thing. They purchase these bots, set them up, and hope they're able to secure as much inventory as they can. Now, I personally don't scalp products whatsoever, but in my research, I found that the bots that these guys like to use the most are the AIO bot, or all-in-one bot, the Scott bot, and the Cyber AIO are the most popular in the industry. However, access to these bots are not guaranteed. In my research of Cyber AIO, I found there was no way to purchase their product. It was marked as sold out, and the website recommends you follow their Twitter to learn when they release more keys, as they randomly allow access to purchase the software only a few times a month. And when you think about it, honestly makes sense. It makes sense that these scalpers wouldn't want to overfill the industry with too much competition. As for pricing on these bots, they are pretty expensive. Cyber AIO has their bot price listed at €300 or $353 in USD for the first 6 months. After that, it's €100 or 118 USD for updates to the software. The Scott bot was $300 a year, and the AIO bot was $325, but didn't specify if there was a renewal fee. But if you manage to get access to these bots and you have the upfront capital to purchase the items you want to scalp, you now have all the tools to start a scalping business. From here, it's all about optimizing your bot or bots, if you're running multiple, with the best settings and locating which websites are most profitable. If you're successful, you will now have dozens of products showing up at your house, and all you have to do is snap a few pictures and start listing on websites like Amazon, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace, and thus a new scalper arrives on the scene. However, don't expect to get away with scalping without having any hurdles or complications. Although businesses love that they're able to sell their products to really anyone, it's not good to see complaints from regular consumers that they can't find your products or buy them at a reasonable price. So in an effort to quote-unquote appease these complaints, we've seen companies like Nvidia attempt to make some of their graphics cards less desirable for the scalper community. They tried to make the 3060's cards less favorable for crypto miners by adding a quote unbreakable hash rate limiter. However, crypto miners broke through this limiter within a couple days of release. We've also seen websites hire third-party security firms to check pre-orders manually, or place security filters in front of their sites to prevent blatant bot activity, or in the case of Sony and Best Buy, they place waiting rooms before you can check out with the product in an effort for at least some regular people to get ahead of the scalpers. But honestly, so long as there aren't any legal laws prohibiting or cracking down on the scalping industry, it will only continue to grow and get worse for the average consumer. It's been roughly 8 months since next-gen consoles and the 3000 series graphics cards have released, and to this day, it is still completely sold out on mostly all major retailers. So if you're a regular consumer and you want one of these highly valuable products, you really only have 2 options: pay the scalpers or join the scalpers. It's a sad world we live in. But hey, if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, as we upload video essays on stocks, business, and interesting events happening in the world of finance every single week. Let me hear your experiences dealing with scalpers in the comment section down below, because me personally, I refuse to pay 3 times the price for a 3060, and I have been patiently waiting for a long time to snag one of these, so I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to the struggle. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.